yesterday afternoon. Very, very quiet. I hope you made a little bit of money in the morning when we were together. I think it was a good morning. And then one Fed governor mentions the word tapering, and the market goes on a little bit of a sell-off there. So this was what happens in the afternoon. You have a very light volume. You don't get any bounces. A lot of people probably just took off after the morning stuff, and one person says something, and you get some crazy, move to the downside here without and too much of a ebbs and flows. So welcome to some of the new folks that are here. We are trading mini S&Ps. We are using the levels that we just gave out plus price action opportunities to give us setups for us to trade the market, to scalp the market for about 2 to 3 points. That could change dependent on volatility. Whatever the market volatility is on any given day could change our targets and profit targets and stops. So we are trading equity futures. Oh, there it is. That's very nice. As you can see in the chat box area, you have our levels imprinted there. Did you get them, Julio? Maybe one more time if you can put them up there really quick, since you can do that so fast now. Very impressive. I'm impressed. So is Don. Don's the happiest person in this room right now. All right. All right, so again, we use those levels as a guide to the day. We can subtract from them, we can add to them. It just gives us something to look at instead of the numbers flickering on the screen. It gives us a methodology to trade. That methodology is based on having reasons to trade, having reasons to put on a short or long position. And we talk about those reasons in our education course that we teach. In addition to finding out how to find those levels. No levels in the chat. That's probably because you put it just to panelists. You have to put it to everybody there, buddy. There we go. All right, the market. So again, we are looking to find opportunities to trade, and we want to give you reasons to trade. That is the goal here of our course and of trading. Basically, it was once you get on trading electronically, it becomes very easy to just put a position on because you see the numbers flickering. But what we've tried to do is to try to give you reasons to put on a trade and to have confidence in that trade when you put it on. Not just put on a trade, but understand why you're putting it on, understand where your exit strategy is, and then trade it accordingly. So all these things come into play at any given day. But again, we are very at the mercy of volatility as we've come down here to our 82 area. If you bought the 83 as a scale, then you're doing okay here with it. And again, scaling into a position is very important because we are not going to be perfect all the time. And if you did scale in there at the 83, you got filled, and hopefully you got filled and have a nice rotation there off of it. And so now be a little bit careful there around the 82 area now that 80 went down to 83. So we'll see what happened. So again, if anybody has any questions, put them in the chat box area. We like questions, and we like them in the chat box area. I can see them. I can see them faster and answer them quicker for you. So all right. So we drifted slowly, quickly, whatever you want to say here, down to our first level of support area. And again, if you're going to take the area Again, just make sure you keep your stops in place. It's a little bit more not as strong of an area as it was just 3 minutes ago, due to the fact that we went down to 83 and bounced up. So, but again, if you then have it, maybe you get in the lower end of the range, or you can still take the level as long as you keep your stops in place. But you have to understand the risk. So what I'm trying to do is explain the risk, and then you have to make a decision on your own, independent of myself, because everybody has different risk tolerances. All right, can we repeat the levels in the chat one more time, please? There they are. Thank you. All right, market is kind of testing this 82 area. Again, if anybody has any questions, put them in the chat box area for us. Let's see what news is out today. I'll tell you that this morning right away, instead of kind of missing it yesterday here a little bit. Okay, so we have nothing coming out today. All right. Well, that's not true. Factory orders, I should say, is coming out here at 9 o'clock. So we do have a number coming out here at 9, factory orders coming out here at 9. We'll see how that plays out as the market, a little bit of pressure here down on the lower end here. Testing this 82 again. If it is a little bit too risky for you because of the way it traded just a little bit ago, then you can always wait for our next level down below, which is 76. A little resistance right now would be at around our pivot area up to 90. Again, the market was put under pressure yesterday afternoon and continues a little bit this morning, based on the fact that one Fed governor was having a conversation with somebody and decided, hey, let us say the word tapering. And that created a little bit of a jolt in the market yesterday afternoon, and continuing maybe a little bit today. We'll see. We shall see. So the issue here with the central banks, here's the dilemma that the central bank has created for itself. And generally, it is generally agreed price signals are highly distorted due to the massive Fed intervention, and most are flying blind. Yet, it is also agreed that it is best is to buy risk all assets and ride the liquidity wave much up to wherever. So that is the problem the market's having right now. We have, as if you did buy the lower end of the range here, you're getting paid off here very nicely. If you did buy the lower end of the 82 area there. So a nice little trade there for you if you did jump in. Again, making a little bit of an adjustment as to where your entry point should be, and get a little bit of payoff here. All right. So we've been kind of lucky the last couple of days. Our first levels have been working very nicely for us. And if it's luck or if it's the work that we do, either way, we'll be humble a little. How's that? All right, so now next level on the downside, we have a support is down at the 76 area. As the market continues to downtick here, hitting some stops here below that little area there of support. And then coming down here to the settlement price, but we have 76 on the downside as our next support level. So we should wait to see what happens down there. All right, if anybody has any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat box area. We are trading mini S&Ps here. We're trying to take advantage of ebbs and flows of the market using our levels plus price action opportunities that occur. And if you look at the chat box area, there you have our levels that we use as a guide to the day, as I say that many times, as the market drifting down here to our settlement price and kind of finding a little bit of support there. Again, we'll give you multiple reasons to trade, and also making sure you understand the risks involved in these trades, and then consequently, you have as an independent trader have the ability to make decisions on your own whether you want to take these trades or not. We only suggest them based on the work that we do. So that's what we're trying to do here. Anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat box area. We do this every day, believe it or not. We used to be on the floor of the exchange, but lo and behold, the powers that be said, you know what, we are making so much money, we don't even need the floor anymore. So they shut it down. Yeah, it's okay. It is what it is, right? We've been trading here on, from home, even though I like it much better on the floor, but hey. Yield on the tens is pre 165 handle in the 30s, so we got to be below 1.25 if I'm not mistaken. 1.2. Wow. It's pretty low if you ask me. 1.2. Pretty amazing if you ask me. Considering everything. One person mentions tapering and the whole world goes nuts. All right, so we do have a small number coming out here at top of the hour, so keep that in mind. We did come and retest our 82 area here, as well as coming down to our settlement price, and that kind of worked very nicely for you once we were looking at that trade. And now we are kind of floating back up here a little bit. Resistance would be right around the 88 to 90 area. Anything above 92, you want to be out of any shorts. So that's where our next good. Well, there's other levels of resistance, but that's one that I like better than the other ones. And again, the thing about trading, especially on the computer or electronically or whatever you want to call this, is the fact that you get to make decisions as to which trades you want to put on, right? And which trades you don't want to put on. Which again, a little bit different than if you were trading on the floor. Sometimes you just do not have too many choices. I know that doesn't make any sense, right? We all can say no, especially on the floor, but it wasn't quite that way. Well, I mean, depends where you were standing, I guess. I had a little weakness here in the market. Level support is down at the 76 area. Again, keep whatever trades are, whatever you're doing, is make sure you keep your stops in place. Right? We're not going to love any trade. It's not our cup of tea. Right. So a little bit of pressure here in the market. Could we have sold it? Well, if you felt that the market was going to go down, but we don't trade on feelings here. We trade on what the market is telling us. So we have to kind of wait to see what the market is kind of showing us, be able to, before we get our trades in place here. Oh, thank you. I think that's a compliment. Well, we try to put some reasoning to the trade. That's all I'm trying to do. And like I said earlier, when I was sometimes it's very easy to get caught up in having or wanting to trade because you see the numbers are flickering, but we need reasons to trade. So we have plenty of reasons to trade. It all depends on what reason you like best. That's uh, that's the most important thing. So and everybody here has different risk tolerances, so they have different reasons to trade or not to trade, which is again is fine. Everybody does their own thing here. That's the nice or the beauty of trading in general, right? I mean, I could never do what somebody else was doing on the floor, even though I knew what he was doing. I could tell you what he was doing. I could try to mimic his trades, but there's no way that I ever could. I just did it my way. You have to do it your way. So, all right, market again, a little bit of pressure. Talk about, this. I don't know if we're going to continue to break here or not, but it is what it is. Uh, there's a number coming out here at top of the hour, so we'll see what the market does there for us as it continues to slowly downtick. No, I'm not going to sing. The fact that you even asked me, whatever song you have is like what are you nuts? Are you going to are you going to sing? Then I stop reading the rest of it. No, but nice try. Going to sing. Oh, okay. Nice. Some requests. I get all kinds of requests here. I know, Frank. I know, but I don't live in New York either. So maybe Brad will sing my way. Now the guy that lives in New York, he might want to be start. Don't even suggest he will start singing. Don't even go there. Don't. You don't want. No, you don't go there. Do not go there. All right, we're drifting slowly down here. We got support here at the 76 area. Let's see what it wants to do. And again, make sure you keep your stops in place. We don't love any trades we get on. Want to hear me rap? Okay. You guys are. You guys got nothing better to do today. All right, work in this 76 area here. Not to really holding too much, but again, let's make sure you keep your stops in place. All right. If you got stopped out, we get it. Just look for the next opportunity. Again, we don't like to have anything. We're not loving any trades that we put on. Next stop on the next, really, we don't have really good support till down to 76. So obviously, there's a lot of room here for rotation to the downside. As the market slowly downticks, maybe a little bit faster here. Okay, for those of you who worked in the 74 area as well, maybe you're doing both here. Coming back up here to the 76, give you a chance to get out of those. Again, not everybody, and if you got stopped out, totally get it. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just and now we're looking down. The next level of support we have down here is the 66 area. All right. And the resistance right now would be around 86, 88. Pivots 86, 88. Remember, above 92 out of any shorts if you get back up there. And next level of the downside we have is down at the 66 area. So keep that in mind if it's a support level we have, but we do have a number in about 6 minutes here or so that could be a little bit of a market mover. I don't know. Let's see. Investors are still sizing up recent developments surrounding the Delta variant, with the S&P ending lower on Monday amid concerns over a slowing of the U.S. economic recovery. While stock futures turned higher overnight, things are also looking positive ahead of positive heading into Monday's session. I think it should be Tuesdays, but whatever. At the time of this writing, the Dow are up a little bit, and so is the Nasdaq. This was early done this morning. Delta is now rapidly spreading in the United States, and a modest pullback in activity cannot be ruled out, said some analysts at UBS. But any potential slowdown should be somewhat muted, as the market here is definitely under a little bit of pressure. Hit some stops. Next support level we have is down at the 66 area. Growth worries also prompted a drop in Treasury yields on Monday, with the benchmark 10-year down 80 basis points to 115. That was yesterday or this morning. It probably is about 115. Data further showed that the U.S. Manufacturing sector expanded to a slower pace than a month ago, hitting economic sensitive stocks like materials and industries, while inflation is running at a 30-year high, according to the Fed's preferred gauges. Okay. Well, we knew that inflation's running high. It's how they're dealing with it. So that doesn't sound too good, all of that stuff, right? As the market here is still under pressure, continues to downtick, and that's why we keep our stops in place. We don't love any trade, right? Obviously, we're not going to be right every time, and you got to keep stops in place. So you always look for the next opportunity when the market creates it for us, right? That's what we're doing here. The market continues to downtick. And we have support down here at the 66 area. Didn't even get down to 67. Isn't that annoying? That's annoying. 67 and a quarter. All right. Well, that's a little frustrating. Very close, but no cigarettes. So be a little bit careful here is how you get in here now and against the 66. Maybe take the lower end of the range. Definitely not do 67. That's for sure. Definitely go down to the minimally 66 if we're going to do anything around here. Good thing about trading is you can make adjustments, right? That's what you can do. You take what the price action is telling you, and you can make adjustments to your level. And like I even said, we can even delete them if some of you are a little bit more risk averse. You can delete your level here and wait for the next opportunity. All right, again, obviously we like to scale in, and we talked about scaling in a point above, below, half point above, below. Obviously, 67.25 misses our entry point if you're doing a point above and below by just that much. If anybody has any questions, put them in the chat box area. If we can repeat the levels one more time for us, for those of you who might have missed them, they are going to be in the chat box area. If you bring that up, there they are for you. You can use those as a guide, like I said, and tweak them. We've done that a couple times already. Adjust them a little bit. Delete some of them if you don't like the way the price action was. Everybody's got different risk tolerances, and you have different choices as to how you want to trade. If you don't like the volatility and you want to trade a little bit less around the level, that's nothing wrong with that either. Again, everybody has different choices. And you make the choices that you're comfortable doing while you're trading as we continue to downtick here. Be a little bit careful, like I said, on the upper end of this 66 area. If you're going to take it at all, if you're going to not take it because of how it traded at 67, I totally get it. All right, we do have a number that just came out. Number just released right now. You can tell by the ladder ticket again how the levels around bids and offers around the bids right around where the price is trading is less than 100, and they were in the 10s and 20s and 30s. Yes, that would be the case there. Mahmoud, that's what we would be doing here, and because you never know how the rotation would occur. You never know if it's going to flash down there and flash back up. And it also takes away your indecision as a trader sometimes to, well, should I do it? Is it going to stop? By the time you decide, what to do, the market it's gone past you already. Support level would be a buy and resistance would be a sell. All right, well, we floated back up here. We got down to 67.25. Like I said, we missed it by just that much. And it is what it is. So the level right now, the 66 area, I like to get it at the next bar, but it becomes a little bit more tenuous. So a little bit riskier than it was 5 minutes ago. So play that accordingly. Maybe you trade less contracts. Maybe you cancel it. Maybe you go in just at the lower end. There's different ways of adjusting your risk based on the price action. So seeing how we just missed it by that much gives you choices here as to how you're going to adjust entry into your level here if you're going to take it at all. That's correct. You're kind of waiting for opportunities to present themselves. We don't know that the market's going to go down, right? If I knew this morning that we were going to go down, I would have told you, and it would have been easy. I don't know the market's going to go down. I just don't know the market's going to bounce here and there at areas that I think will market will bounce. We can see here it got down to 67 and a quarter. We had 66. I missed it by a point, you know, but it's okay. We'll look for the next opportunity. If I knew that the market was going to go down, trust me, I would have told you already, and we would all got short and gone home by now. You know, but no, well, we don't know that. We come here every day with. We try to come in here with no bias. No bias meaning we don't think the market's going to go up or down. We just trade what the market is telling us, and that way, sometimes when you come in with a bias, you trade that bias all day long, and you could be completely wrong. I've done that. Like I said, anything that I tell you not to do, I've probably done. That all depends on your risk tolerance and what you're trying to achieve every day, right? Everybody has different uh, targets or goals that they want to put on. Each trade, we're trying to get about 2 to 3 points on our trades. So 2 to 3 points on each one contract. And if you trade multiple contracts, you can do the math. We also have the same amount of stops, right? So it's 2 to 3 points on our stops, 2 to 3 points on our profit targets, and that way we kind of um, minimize the risk, and also sometimes when we get in at a really good price, you can, if you're trading multiple contracts, you can take more than 2 or 3 points on your trades, as long as you take some profits along the way. So different ways of getting into a position, and different ways, obviously, of exiting a position. Yesterday we had a nice sale against our resistance area up on top, and you could have easily taken 4 or 5 points off of the trade, if not more. So it all depends on the market and every day, and we just don't know what the market's going to do every day. We just, I mean, if I did, like I said, I probably would not be here right now. All right, market drifted back up here. A little resistance around right now. I would say around well, the 82 area. If we get back up there. All right, so our number came out this morning. That's done with. And we don't have any other news coming out. We do have probably, I would say, I would say probably, as the day goes on, you're going to get some Fed speaks, and that might move the market a little bit. Have any that are, well, there is a Fed speaker at 1 o'clock Chicago time. That's about the only thing on the calendar. So, so again, the market is, they were saying it's concerned about the Delta thing, and it could be. Again, I think somebody mentioned the word tapering yesterday from one of these Fed governors, and that happened, and all of a sudden everything went a little bonkers. Again, we come down back down here to the lows, make a little bit of an adjustment on your, if you're going to take this 66 area, make a little bit of an adjustment there. All right, coming back down here again, down to the 66, but be careful around here. You can trade it smaller, you can trade it on the lower end of the range, or you can just cancel it altogether. Those are all options you have as a trader. And you can wait till the next level on the downside that we have, which is down at the 60, what is it, 59 area. Let me give you some couple more levels here below 52. We've got 41, 33, and then 26. 41, 23, 41, 33, and 26. All right, nice rotation here off of our lower entry point here at 6.5. And a nice push up here off of that level. I said we can make adjustments. If you just kept the 66 straight up, you did okay there. Either way, the level did work out for us. If you made the adjustment to the downside on the lower end, 65.5, that worked very nicely for you. If you kept it at 66, that worked out very nicely for you as well. You definitely didn't need to get the upper end, like 67 or 66.5. Those are the ones that we probably didn't want to get into, that I was saying that you don't want to, probably want to exit those. But if you got in on the lower end, you can see here it worked out very nicely for you. All right, nice rotation there against our 66 area. Again, different ways of adjusting there. If you look at the chat box area there, you see the new levels that were imprinted. Those are the ones that we added on. Again, like I said, I don't know when things are going to be, have to make any adjustments or not. All right, nice rotation there. And off of the 66, and now we're just going, again, you just have to be patient. You have to get out of your 76s above, and then look at the 66 here, and we made the adjustment on the downside. So you definitely could have gotten a little bit better than 66 or 66 straight up. So nice little trades there if you just tweak them just a little bit. If you're trying to stay long against the 65 there or 66, you are doing a good job. You can have a trailing stop and see, where it can go. And this is a way of getting more than 2 or 3 points on your trades. We're gonna have a little resistance around the 74, but if we get above that, could run us up to 82, 83. It'll be our next resistance area. Again, we are trying to just take advantage of ebbs and flows of the market, waiting for the opportunities to present themselves. Patience is important in this business, and also making sure you exit trades that are not going our way. All in a day's work. All right, we're catching some people a little short here. We were trying to stay long. If you were long, you're doing okay. I mean, we're not cut short here against this move here because we bought them down there, and obviously a nice rotation up here. So even though you might have got caught long on the initial rotation to the downside, we're not going to be caught long this time on the wrong side of the move here. All right, so again, this is a probably a nice rotation up here. Resistance around the 82 area, but definitely have a trailing stop here if you're long, trying to stay long. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat box area. All right. So again, we were trying to keep you along there a little bit against our level down there of support. We made adjustments to our level down there. We had a reason to make an adjustment down there. We just didn't make an adjustment willy-nilly. And consequently, we had a nice rotation here. If you were able to hang on, even if you didn't hang on, you got a quick 3 or 4 points off of our level initially anyway. And now the market is just kind of coming back up here, hitting those stops that we talked about, and we'll see what it wants to do going forward. We got a resistance around the 82 area. All right, again, trying to keep it a little bit long here, coming up here to the 82 area. It's where we got some resistance. Some dynamics are hitting the market for it to all of a sudden to completely, give up on that big break to the downside. I don't know what. Don't ask me what's going on. All I know is that it's reacting one way, but we were hopefully the right way based on what we were trying to do here. Maybe they took the word tapering out of their vocabulary today. Who knows? All right. So a little bit of resistance here if you're a little bit aggressive. Otherwise, we had a pretty good morning. Definitely taking some profits here at this level if you're long. And a nice little trade there for you. And now we shall see what happens. All right. Market nice rotation all the way up here. Again, we were trying to keep you long coming up to here. There was a reason to be long. We had the support level there at 66 and a nice rotation all the way back up here. It's obviously testing this 82. If you hit sell it there, maybe it's giving you a chance to get out of it and just kind of be flat. So that's what we're doing right now. We are flat right now. Flat means no position. All right. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask in the chat box area. Again, we also focus more on the morning hours of the day to give us our opportunities. We repeat the levels in the chat. There we go. Thank you. So we focus more on the morning hours for us to give us our opportunities to trade. We feel there's some good ebbs and flows during those times. As the day goes on, it becomes more of a one-way trade, especially during the summer months where there's a lot less traders trading. And you get definitely more one-way trade like we did yesterday afternoon. Again, we are flat right now. Seeing what we do next. We had a nice rotation there against our levels, except we had to get stopped out against our 76, but otherwise we did all right today. And if you were trying to stay long there against the rotation down to the 66 area, you had to just hang in there for a little bit. But if you had a trailing stop, you got definitely a nice rotation off of that lower level. And again, this is a way to take more than 2 or 3 points on a trade, depending on how you manage a trade. And obviously, if you're trading more than one contract, hold on. It helped you out today. There's a lot of sunshine in that hole today, right? Hey, sometimes the market does for you. Not often. All right, well, thank the trading gods today, right? All right, you can see here if we get above the 87, 88 area, which is our pivot, we could rotate higher back up to 92. So that is how the market is setting up right now. Right now, you can try to stay short as long as we stay below, 87. If you're trying to stay short here, at least what the market is kind of in between, trying to figure out what it wants to do. It really could go either way from here. All right, it seems that they are going to try to come back here a little bit. We are not going to retake our levels once we've used them once. So really, we don't have any decent support all the way down until the 59 area. I think, you might think that's got a little bit nutso, but I mean, you could play some other levels of support and resistance along the way that the market can give you. But as far as good solid trades are concerned, probably will wait for the 59 level on the downside. Don't know what the market happened, who said what for the rally like that, but all we can do is take advantage of the opportunities. We did say we'd have some resistance around the 82. And if you did sell it up there, you got a nice rotation there off of it. We also suggested that that's where you're going to take some profits if you were long and get out. So if you did sell them up there against the 82, which we said we'd have some resistance, you're getting paid off here very nicely as well. So again, it's a matter of waiting for opportunities, looking at the market, telling it what the market. I mean, market isn't going to tell us anything. All we can do is trade what the market is suggesting. And once we get that opportunity, or once the recognition of a trade is initiated, then you can enter your trades, see what happens when it gets there, keep your stops in place, and then trade the market when it does its thing. But at least the market is giving us some opportunities today. And usually that happens when the markets are going down. I know I said this many times. The rally markets just don't seem to give us enough volatility to trade, but at least when the markets are going down, they do seem to have good ebbs and flows, both on the long side and the short side. I don't know why. It just seems to be always happen that way. Volatility goes up, the VIX goes up, and we like the VIX higher. It keeps us happier. We're going to get run over once in a while, like we did with the one level that we had, but that's okay. We said, we told you get out, and then look for the next opportunity, which was down at the 66 area. VIX is at 19.7, so that is definitely in a good trading range for us. Anything in the high teens, low 20s is going to give us some opportunities to trade like we have this morning. And again, we focus more on the morning hours. We think that there's good ebbs and flows. There's some good volatility, especially even when the markets are going up and the VIX is lower than that. There's some good volatility in the morning because there's some more traders that are in the market trade, especially during the summer months when things are, uh, less traders. Some people go on vacation, so on and so forth, take advantage of the weather. So all these things come into play, especially if you're trading, and you have to consider. So we focus more on the morning hours. We feel that there's better ebbs and flows during those times, and we try to take advantage of those morning hours to give us the opportunities to trade. Not saying that you can't trade in the afternoon, I'm just saying that you have to. I would look at more levels than price action in the afternoon because the price action could get swayed very easily by the number of people that are there and lack of uh, uh, volatility and just lack of interest in the market at any given time. So what worked in the morning doesn't seem to work in the afternoon is what I'm trying to say. And that's why we focus more on the morning hours. But like again, it doesn't always mean that we have to stop trading. We definitely use the levels all day long. Anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask them in the chat box area. There's really not any good support until, well, we could go retest the low there, but I would probably look at, really look at the 59 area, next level of support that we have. We did give you some extra levels down below. We had 59 and 52, 41, 33, and then 26. If we continue to downtick, I don't know. Again, we make adjustments to the trade based on the trade on any given day. It's getting a little bit choppy here, right? They rallied it, then they broke it. Now they're coming back up. I mean, really, like I said, you'd be guessing as to where it was going to stop or rotate. Next level we have on the upside is some resistance. Let's put it this way: we want to be long above 88. We're kind of moving around here a little bit. You have to be a little bit careful here as the market's getting a little bit whippy. They're kind of moving quickly, very fast, getting people get stuck short, get stuck long. Again, we are trying to pick our spots and try to stay away from getting caught in one of these moves. We were lucky enough to be able to get long or be long down there on those lows. Those are one of the levels that we had, and we were trying to keep you long coming up here to these once they made this little push. We also had some resistance against the 82 area that the market created for us. And if you did get short there, you were able to take advantage of this rotation back here to the downside. Then it just is now going back and forth. This is what I like to call the no trade zone right now. This is a very tough little area here to try to guess which way the market is going. If we do get above the 88, I would suggest maybe the market might uptick a little bit.
Hey, Sal, you still in the house?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, you can. We're kind of pretty quiet here. kind of coming here to our end of our morning session, as the market seems to be kind of deciding what it wants to do here and not knowing what it wants to do. Got a little bit of a buy there above the 88 area. Our levels this morning, the 82 area worked very nicely. We had to work around the 76. That did not work out so well, but the 66 worked very exceptionally well. And a nice rotation there off of it, coming up here to our 82, which we suggested was some resistance, which if you did take advantage of that, you had a nice rotation off of that area as well. And now we seems to be getting into this no trade zone here. We could seem to say that if we get below 72, we could open up the floodgates a little bit to the downside. And if we get above 88, definitely market might definitely have a more longish bias. In addition to those levels that you see on support, we've got 41, 33, and 26 on the downside, in addition to the ones that are up there now. All right.
So can you repeat those? What are the ones on the downside?
Below 52, we get 41, 33, and then 26.
Right.
Oh, there's Mark. Put him up for you.
Mark, how are you? I guess I got to get him to work on the format a little bit, but he's doing great.
Oh, he's still complaining about the format. He added it. He did what he.
I know, on the bottom there with some emphasis.
He's on top of things, man.
Well, that's the California version of the format.
No. You don't understand. This is helping out Don big time. Don was really working overtime.
Don is burning the trading can on both ends.
Yes, he needed a break.
It's his third computer this month that he's kicked in.
I don't know. What's wrong with you?
Not being fast enough.
You're kicking them in like hotcakes. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I had. Yeah, no, I ended up getting a replacement from Dell on a laptop, but it was very interesting because I had to go to the top of Dell.
Well, I'm sure.
And they wouldn't let me get there. And then finally, I got there.
No, no, we're not. Look at these people. They actually think they're funny, asking us to sing. Oh. No problem. Thought that was not for us, but yeah, Brad, they want you to. They want you to sing.
Well, the doctor of trading distress hasn't made an appearance in a while. He's been in the islands, but he could return. We're gonna have to see.
This is what happens when you guys plant a seed, and if your eardrums break, it's not my fault. I gave you a warning. This is what happens. You think he's gonna turn down this opportunity? Come on.
I like this idea of extra chrome film, slide film. I think I have some of that.
Oh boy. You guys, I mean, these guys are funny today.
Got it all working.
Look at this guy.
Thousands of slides. That's great. I like it. Those were the best pictures ever. It's funny. They told me at one point, I have an old Nikon F3. I think it was called the High Point. And my buddy told me, they'll never be able to do any digital photography that's better than that camera. So keep it. And wouldn't you know it, my phone shoots better shots than that camera now. It's like crazy. That will never, ever, 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 ever happen. But here we are.
Look what happens.
So I wanted to just give a quick shout out to those that are joining us as guests and provide them with the opportunity to join you in your friends and family, Saul. I did put up a link to everybody. It is in a format. It's Sol's Zoom trade along, friends and family. Sol's beating a horse.
He was beating an elephant a second ago. He's happy now. He's only beating a horse. That elephant was getting really heavy. Not anymore. He's a happy lark right now.
Yeah, big time, right?
Well, it happened. Like I said, the trading gods were on his side today.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's great. The price movement has been stellar.
Oh, don't. There, you just put the kibosh on it. Why did you say anything? Oh, my God. You just put the kibosh on trading now. It's going to be so. Why did you do that? Oh, come on. You can't talk about that. That's like a known. That's a trading.
Okay, I'm zipping the old lip now, even though I let the cat out of the bag.
I don't know why. I don't know why you can hear me now and not in the morning. Good question.
Well, it's my error. When I bring up the mixing board, I didn't save it to include you in my ears.
Of course you wouldn't.
So every morning I click it up, and then I go, oh, I gotta click on it, and then I click on it. I'm like, oh, he's on. But I usually can tell by the accolades and the applause and the soundtrack laughter out there that you're on.
But yeah, they're laughing because of what I'm saying, because I can say anything I want and you're not listening.
That's true. I believe it. I believe there's a lot of bad stuff. See, my meter goes up, and then when it goes, it goes red, I know that my ears should be burning.
All right, it's all yours. Have a good one. I'll talk to everybody tomorrow. I hope you had a good morning. And remember, if I said we get above 89, I think we rally. Then use the upper resistance areas as your next targets and trades. Market seems to be getting back into this. If you extend it here, we're in a range. It's just a longer range, right? Maybe for a week now, we've basically been in this little range here. So let's try to see if we can close below it. Would be better, but who knows? All right, cheers. Have fun.
Okay, we're going to have a little bit of a question and answer period for those that are coming in that are new. For those that are part of Sol's friends and family and you're interested in moving over into his mentoring and his coursework, just let me know in chat and we can set up your trading consultation. We can work you through the opportunity so that you can find out as much information as possible and see if there's a fit for you based on Sol's services going forward. Comes to his course and his mentoring work. For those that are part of Sol's friends and family, you know that you do have an opportunity to have a trading consultation. Truly gives us a quick overview about where you are, where you'd like to be, and you can also ask questions about what you're doing, how you're doing it, how to do it better based on your current setup, which I think is very helpful for new traders and is a very good check based on those traders that have been trading for a while. Our focus here is trading the S&P 500 E-mini, as you know, and you'll see that Sol's charts are very direct, I guess is a good term. It doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles or distractions. One of the things that you might have picked up as a guest or as a new friends and family subscriber is that Sol is very focused on his levels for his own trading, and that's a interesting point because there's a lot that goes on in the market after the morning bell or the market in general that can be a distraction during the trading day. The trading morning we reserve for setting up for Sol's morning session, where he lays out a roadmap for his own trading, presents that roadmap to you in the form of his levels and zones. He gave some additional ones below. As the market progresses, Sol does some adjustment and tweaking based on the reality of the trade, and he expands the opportunity points based on a particular day's trade and the actual price movement of the S&P 500 E-mini during the morning session. So there's a lot that goes on here, both publicly and privately. Publicly, as you hear my voice, privately back and forth in chat with Sol and his people. And if you want to be part of it, now's the time to raise your hand, and I'll send you out the opportunity. This is a very specific technique, price action, in and around Sol's pre-mapped out levels, and the nuance of where do you place your stop price, where do you place your entry point price, and what your exit strategy on that trade is. So that brings me to the concept of you should know coming into a level or zone, whether it's valid or not, whether it's still valid, and then what you're doing at that level or zone. Are you going long or short? And where are you setting up your trade? How are you viewing this opportunity from an exit strategy, which is your, Sol's nominal or out of the gate approach is that he's looking for a trading profit of 2 points plus on a general daily basis. He can expand on that based on price movement and price activity. And then he has, where does he place his stop? Generally, he has a 2-point stop in his trades. He can expand his stops so that he doesn't get shaken out as often based on a particular morning session's personality. He's looking to do 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 trades. He could bank his money on the first 2 trades. Might take him a couple more. He's doing more than one contract at a time because he's earned the right to do that. But he does adjust his contract size based on the reality check that he does right after the cash open. It's a money management, it's a discipline to be able to adjust and tweak yourself based on the reality of a particular day's price action and trading behavior. And that's what we look to do here, on a daily basis. And thank you. Hey, Sarit, do you have any questions about Sol Services? JP, how are you making out? Edward, let me know if anything's changed in your world. Mahmoud, let me know if we're moving forward or not. I'm saving that for you. Chris S., how are you? Let me know how you're making out. Hey, Adam, Avi. Hey, Avi, I guess the same. Let me know if we're going to make music together and not just in our sing-along here. If anybody wants to talk about Sol's mentoring his coursework, let me know, and we'll bring you through the process. Hey, JP, did you sign up for Sol's friends and family? I think you did. Yeah, no, you're not going to get that. Everything he does here is open, based on today's trade. And I think that's, we get that question asked a lot. He's been trading for 25 years, coming off the trading blitz in Chicago. It's one of those things that, seeing is believing and believing is seeing, and you're seeing it. And jump into the ring, man. You're killing me. I'll have to stop talking to you, and that would be terrible, right? Hey, Anupam, how are you? A quick shout out to Joseph D. Hey, Joseph, you're part of Sal's friends and family, right? Just let me know back in chat. Nadia, let me know if you are. Sarit, let me know if you are. Use the chat feature, respond. And JP, let me know when yours goes through so that I can make sure you're okay in the back end. Hey, quick shout out to Sarit. Hey, Sarit, are you back? Let me know in chat, Sarit. Nadia, let me know if you're back. Mahmoud, let me know if you're back. JP, let me know if we're done. Hey, Joseph D, just let me know if you're signed up for friends and family or not. I think you are. Just let me know back in chat. Hey, Nadia. Hey, now, do you get a chance to sign up for Saul's friends and family? Did you get the discount that he was offering? Any questions I can answer? I mean, I can send you out the opportunity. I'll do that now to you personally. Just let me know if there's anything else I can answer for you. Trying to make sure everybody's accounted for. No problem. Are you looking for trading education? You know, you want to get set off on the right foot here. You know, if you're interested in trading the S&P 500 E-mini, then we can help you get set up or point you in the right direction. You know, all the accounts are, you know, basically regulated, so you need to work with a regulated broker. And you need real-time data. You need the ability to put up the charts. Yeah, that type of thing. Like, what platform are you using now? Oh, that's great. And you're able to do the S&P 500 E-mini with them? Are you able to do the S&P 500 E-mini with that with Questrade? Hey, Joseph, let me know if you're back. Joseph D. JP, let me know when you're done. Mahmoud, let me know if you're back. Sarah, let me know if you're back. So why don't you reach out to them and ask them? And then you should ask them to help you set up an S&P 500 E-mini chart and the order entry and set it up for simulation only. In other words, you're not risking your money, and make sure that it's, you know, that you understand how it's set, so you're only in demo mode. Well, I think you coming in from Canada, so you have to check with them because they'll, and if they can't, if they don't do what you want them to do, then ask them who does. But I think they do, but you have to ask them. Want to make sure they do the S&P 500 E-mini. Not a problem. And once you find out, then then sign up for our friends and family, and we'll take the next steps. Hey, Sarit, let me know if you're back. Mahmoud, let me know if you're back. JP, let me know what we're doing. Joseph D, let me know if you're back. Hey, Chad, you got mail, just so you know. I think it's the other email. Avi, let me know what we're doing. Hey, Avi, let me know if you're there because I can send out to you the. I don't know if I sent you out that email. Just let me know if you want me to send it to you. I think I did, but let me know. Hey, quick shout out to Joseph D. Hey, Joseph, you're back. Let me know in chat. JP, let me know how you made out. Mahmoud, let me know if you're back. Avi, let me know if you're back. Use the chat feature to respond. Thank you. Hey, quick shout out to Avi. Hey, Avi, let me know if you're back. Use the chat feature to respond. Joseph D, let me know if you're back. Joseph. Shazad, welcome. Let us know what you're trading. Use the chat feature to respond. Thank you.